Hi, good to have you. I'm Vic in VR, and we're back today with another Gran Turismo online racing sports mode video. I was checking out the daily races and I noticed race B had this massive payout, 10 times as much as usually is given. Well, that's an offer we can't refuse. Let's dive into it, see what we can do today. Now, as I had so much success with the Lamborghini last time, I decided to pick it again. We managed to qualify in 4th position. Let's get racing. And looking ahead, we can see a car go full back to the future, warping all around. That might be quite dangerous. Wah, it happened again and again. Really hard to predict what's going on. The orange Mercedes kind of fell for it. That gives us third as we dive onto this long straight going downhill. Gonna see if we can catch some slipstream. It's really hard to do. And there's a car going left, right, left, right, left, right. Big braking zone coming up into a slow technical section. And we kind of muck it up. We go over the line, off the track, hit a wall. It's very, very messy. Mercedes slips by again. Trying to stick on his tail, see if we can manage. Back into 4th. And there's a lot of pressure coming from behind. Just gonna try and cover the inside just a bit. This really quick turn towards the right. Get a little gap there. Proper slipstream on the orange Mercedes again. An Italian friend in front. Through these really, really quick sections. Just flat out from here. Some more things happening with the internet. It might just be on my end. It hasn't been great the last few days. Coming up to the last bend. And there's a hairpin coming up. Now, have you ever seen a man's brain leaving his body? Because it's going to happen today. I completely missed the braking point and just smash into the wall at way too much speed. That's a mess. You can see the orange Mercedes too. He didn't have the quickest turn either. And it takes so long getting back on track, so incredibly long. And we're in 14th position. What a mess. We're gonna have to do everything we can to claw back as much as we can. Let's see if we can manage. So it's just a matter of keeping our heads down now. Just taking our lines properly, get some proper lap times, and not do anything too silly, because it's just a 4-lap race. It's done and over really quick. So through the last turn we go, back onto the main straight. Start finish line coming up. Let's see if we can salvage this mess of a race. So we get a little closer towards 13th position. Into the slow section again, and it's a bit of a mess in front. It gives us a position into 13th now, going through the bends. We notice a car on our side, parked the wrong way. That's 12th. Good. Into the hairpin again. It always gets quite messy in here. You'll see a lot of hairpins today. This time we are going to pick a proper braking point. We managed to put the car on the inside line. As we see a bunch of cars going pretty wide, we get a notch on our back end. Not great, the Porsche is there again. We're gonna try and hold this position all the way through the straight here, but he's got a lot of momentum. There's a right-hander coming up, favoring me, but can't really do much. Kind of clip the wall there. Not great at all. But into the fast bends, we do manage to stick by him. And now we're looking for a good exit coming out of the last turn here. And we managed to do so. Got a lot of overspeed on the cars in front, but it's pretty crowded and we can't really go anywhere. We're kind of stuck behind the Ferrari here. So we're just gonna bide our time, we're gonna wait, we're gonna be careful. And we're gonna try and set ourselves up for a proper line and a good exit onto this straight right here. It's so long. As a BMW almost collects us on the left side there. Crazy stuff, but we do pass the Ferrari. And we're onto the back of the Porsche of the Frenchman. As we're heading into the slow section again. We might try something on the inside here. Pick a good braking point. That's proper. As we go through the turns, nothing silly happening. We do get a notch on the side of our car. Didn't quite see him. It's possible simply didn't leave enough space. In that case, not so proper on my end. Take the inside line through here as we can hear the other Porsche scraping the wall there. On top of that, he's got a penalty, so we managed to get by. Very nice. Into 8th. Back at the hairpin, we managed to get close to the 2 or 3 cars in front of us. It's very nice. So what we want to do here is stick by him as close as we can. There's probably not going to be too many opportunities in the bends coming up. But if we manage to stick close enough to him, we might be able to pull off some things either in the final corner or in the straight coming after that. You get a good run on the guy in front who goes really wide, understeers into a wall, and he crashes out, goes out, and it gives us 7th position as we head on to the main straight. We managed to get a little closer down the hill here. And we get some good speed, we managed to pass him, but that Supra has so much straight line speed, and we're gonna see him pop up again on the right hand side. Now we'll give him the room he needs as we go for the old switcheroo. Go on his inside, and we get 6th position. No crazy things happening on the exit of the turn. That's very nice. Into the hairpin again. The last time this race. Just a few more corners coming up. There's a bunch of cars out here still. It's a sprint towards the finish as Mercedes kind of closes the door on us, makes us hit the wall. We lose a lot of momentum there. Nothing we can do but hang on. See if we can do anything into that last corner like we've done before. Through the pens pretty nicely, not too much on the steer. We set ourselves up for a good line through here. Do get some speed, but it might not be enough as the finish line is coming up. Try to find a gap, and there we go. Too bad. 6th position, started 4th. Not great. I think we could do a lot better as long as we keep our brains firmly on the inside of our skull. Let's see if we can manage that. So into race 2 we go. I got a little bit more qualifying time done, and we managed to put it in 1st. But this is pretty scary because I haven't been in this position yet, having to lead a race right from the start. So let's see if we can manage to hold on to this. Into the 1st turn we go. Take a good line, but I'm a little slow, a little too conservative. And that's gonna hurt us down the line right here, coming into the slow section. And we got the Supra coming up. I'm gonna leave him some space on the inside. Can't pull off a switcheroo this time because he does stick it quite close to the inside curb. We go for the turns. And we managed to do it. Quick glance at the mirrors. And I think I'm safe until I see another Supra diving on the outside here. We're gonna go through the turn side by side. We managed to hold it, and we're still in 2nd position. Into the hairpin again. Yes, we got a Supra coming down the inside. The other Supra is pretty wide out there. We can't really capitalize on that. Back in 2nd position, but just by an inch. The car behind us slots back in. Gives us some room for these bends here. We know we can't overtake here, but if we can get some good lines through here, maybe we can set ourselves up for a pass in the straight coming up. And I hit the wall, mess it up, set myself up really badly for the coming turns, and it's all quite a mess as we get tacked on the back end. Now we're in 4th, a complete mess. And in 5th, as another Supra passes us. This is going downhill pretty quickly, guys. Pretty aggressive on that Ferrari there. Not very nice behavior from our Aura friend. We try and take the inside line. It's pretty crowded. Might be able to hold on to the slipstream on the Ferrari there. We know that Supra is fast. Even without the slipstream, he's still right there. Into the slow section again. Leave our friend with some room on the inside. The Ferrari does manage to get by the Greek in the Supra. Through the final bend. And we're back into 4th for now. Into the hairpin again. On the 2nd lap. Trying to look for some things inside. And an Arab friend manages to squeeze by as we go a little wide there. And we do manage to catch up again as we head onto the straight. And things are once again going to get a little bit interesting. I get some overspeed. To go by him. I keep on forgetting how much speed that Supra has And as I tried to drive into the slipstream of the Ferrari, I get myself collected, smack into a wall, and we're back into 5th. Not so great at all. So what we're going to do now is follow that Supra again, stick him in his slipstream, and we're going to see if we can do a pass on the inside here. We're close, but again, it just trails away from us. I have to be pretty late on the brakes. Managed to do so. Not too many shenanigans happening here as we follow the 4th car, the Greek. And we survive for another day. Back at the hairpin on the 3rd lap. I go a little wide as well as the Ferrari. So we slide right in there. Gives us a good slipstream up here. That's going to give us some protection from the car behind us. That's pretty nice. Now, as we know by now, we can't do much through the coming bends. We can try and keep it as close as possible. Here the Ferrari does manage to find a way past the Greek. Bit of contact, but impressive still. We're just going to set ourselves up for a line through here as he comes the inside. We get a decent exit, but our Greek friend hits the wall and we hit him in the back. It's a bit of a mess. In the slow section, you see the Ferrari tagging out our Greek friend. That gives us 3rd position, but that Supra's not having a great day, is he? And we're going to see if there's anything we can do to secure 2nd position on this 4th and final lap. Get pretty close in the tunnel. We're chasing him pretty good. Just looking for a proper spot to overtake right here in the hairpin. Looks like he's going to cover the inside line, so we'll just take the outside line. Maybe we can set ourselves up for the old switcheroo. Get a good run. It's not enough through here. Simply not enough. And we know these bends are going to be really hard to overtake on. So once again, we're going for the trick, trying to set ourselves properly for that last little bend onto the final straight. And we managed to get a better line than our British friend. I'm going to try and send it down the inside. Almost collects us. They lose a lot of speed by hitting the wall. And we sail past them. Pedal to the metal, and we cross the line in 2nd this time. Now that's a lot better. See, good things can happen as long as you keep that brain in your skull. You can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it too. So pretty okay result. I got nothing on our Polish friend out in front row. He drove a really good race. Never ever saw him again. Let's see if we can do better on the 3rd race. Still the same qualifying time, but this time in 2nd position. Our Italian friend in front was like a 2nd faster in the qualifying. That's really good. We're just going to do our best to stick close to them and see if anything happens down the line. Heading back into turn 1. Get a decent line. But that Supra is so incredibly fast. We can't really do anything as we head into the slow bits. This time around, I go way too wide. Almost go off track as the car goes through us. Not a great start. We managed to hold on to 2nd position. It's good for now. We glance in the mirrors and there's nothing there, but good. Going in the fast bends again. Looking for any sort of opportunity, but that car is really quick. There's not much to be done for us here. Gets a really wide line there, but it doesn't matter. Look how much speed he can carry through that corner. Nothing to be done for us here as we head onto the straight again. Onto lap 2. We're just looking if there's something, anything going down the 2nd straight. But just look at that speed. Nothing to be done. So while later at the hairpin, she goes really wide. And just, I guess, just oversteers into the wall there. That gives us 1st position. It's been a while since we stayed there for a bit. On to the final lap. Into the slow section. And I feel a bump on my back. Coming to right. But I think our Italian friend has managed to catch up. So now we'll have to defend all the way towards the finish line, knowing how strong that Supra is. This is going to be something. We're back at the hairpin on the final lap. Trying to set myself up for a good line, but we get dive bombed by the Supra. Our Italian friend manages to slip by and forget measure. He flashes those cheeky little lights at us. Amazing. Well, there's still a couple of corners to go. Really close. Thinking I might do something on the inside, but he manages to keep his speed up for the next bend. There is a lot of setup to be done here. Just one more corner to go. Get a good line. But the Supra is so fast, so fast. We headed to the slipstream, and there's just not enough straight to save us. We get second by just an inch. It was so close. Still, second. I'm pretty happy with that. Once again, not too many crazy mistakes. And look at that time, 0.056 seconds. It's nothing between us. Good race, fella. I really liked it. And I think there's one more in me. Let's go for it one more time. I'm gonna stick with the Lamborghini again, even though I think that Supra is really good. I feel confident in it. Let's just go again. And we start off again in first position. I might have learned something from the last time around. So let's try not to be too conservative heading into turn one. Here we go. Set ourselves up. There's a Ferrari right behind us. Beautiful red one. Try and keep our speed. And we're pretty safe for now. That's pretty good. Into the slow section. And managed to hold on to it. For now, that's pretty good. Through the bends we go. And the Ferrari is there, but we survived the first sector. That's very nice. Very nice. The hairpin coming up once more. And I'm just a little bit late on the brakes. I can sense it. We go really wide here. The Ferrari even wider. And there's another Supra, another Arab friend. He doesn't get a very good exit though, so I'm gonna try and hold it, but he squeezes us onto the wall. That's too bad. Nothing we can do though. He's got a penalty, and that might help us down the line. Into the fast bends we go. Once more, we're gonna set ourselves up for that last corner. See if we can do anything. Get it done pretty well. Set ourselves up into the bend. He hits the wall again, and we hit him. A bit of a mess. But we scrape by, back into first position. That's very nice for us. Let's see how this race unfolds. We're now into lap 2. And the Ferrari is really, really close now as we head into the slow bits. Probably going to go for a pass, so we're going to give him the room. There he is. No opportunities for a switcheroo. So we're just going to hand back. We're going to follow him. Nothing to be done about it. It was a good move. Good and clean. That's how we like it. I'm just going to carry on. And coming into the last turn. Get some good speed done. That might be the best chance to overtake, knowing that even longer straight is coming up. But we're just going to go for it. Set the car on the inside. Still some room to spare. We head into the first turn. Get a good line. Get a good exit. And we're past the Ferrari again. And after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing as we go around the final bend onto the final straight in first position. Nothing in our mirrors. Pedal to the metal. And we crossed the line in first position. Another victory notched on our belt. That's very nice. A race win here will give you over 200,000 credits spent. Now that's an offer that's hard to refuse. So some good racing today. I really, really enjoyed it. We make quite a mess of things on that first run. Do try to remember your braking points, even in the heat of battle. That's gonna save your bacon on more than one occasion, I know that for sure. Still, racing is all about improving, and we managed to get a few better results after that. Even when you mess up, just get back on the horse, don't give up, and try and improve next time. I was Vic in VR. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time. Take care.